Welcome to Flames to Fire Online Devotionals.
Flames to Fire Devotionals, Mission Focus, October 2025. In the quiet dawns of rural settings, missionaries rise before the sun. They cradle whispers of prayer as roosters herald the day, navigate corrugated roofs and winding dirt paths, and press into communities where hope is scarce. They barter shelter for hospitality, share meals in simple huts, and learn names that become families. They carry a steady flame of love through hardship, kinship amid cultural cliffs, language barriers learned one word at a time, and the courage to testify when doors seem closed. In the hardest moments, they discover that resilience is a gift they give others, and that every small act of kindness can illuminate a village for miles around. This is the heartbeat of the mission field, the joys of awakening faith, the grind of daily toil, the triumph of a church planted, and the quiet miracles that rise from persevering prayer. Welcome to Flames to Fire Devotionals Mission Focus, October 2025, the maiden edition that shines a spotlight on purpose and the plights of mission work. Our theme is Purpose and Plights of Mission Work, celebrating missionaries and the realities of the mission fields. We want to celebrate and honor the brave men and women who carry God's love to the nations, and we dive into the real struggles and real victories that mark life on the field. From far-flung villages to crowded city outreaches, the journey is filled with both radiant moments and rugged challenges. A season of reignited purpose. This season invites you to rekindle the flame for witnessing to lost souls and to honor those who carry God's love across borders. We'll explore the daily realities, the joys, the trials, the breakthroughs that shape authentic mission life and deepen our shared calling. The flame is not just a spark, it's a living fire that grows when we lean into community, prayer, and action. It's a call to align our hearts with the Great Commission and to honor every step taken in faith. Join the movement. Catch the flame. Carry the fire. Join Flames to Fire Devotional for our mission focus this October. Let's celebrate our missionaries and ignite the call to go. See you there.
My name is Burda, and this is my story. I grew up believing in God, and I accepted Jesus at an early age. But from the way I lived my life, that was probably difficult to see. I was more interested in going to parties, drinking, and chasing women than I was with obeying God. I struggled to remain sexually pure, and I remember thinking to myself that this is something that will probably never change about me. After I graduated college and got a job in engineering, I remember feeling empty and wanting to recommit my life to the Lord. I started going to church and changing my lifestyle, and in the midst of all that, I began dating a young woman, and we eventually got married in 2005. Our marriage wasn't easy. Within the first 3 months of the marriage, I confessed to my wife about an incident of watching pornography. My wife struggled to forgive me for that, and she became bitter and often accused me of lusting. Eventually, she stopped sleeping in the bedroom, and we were not intimate anymore. God was changing my heart, so I was able to remain pure, but I started to grow angry towards her treatment of me. Over time, the Lord brought men into my life who would disciple me and exhort me to love my wife like Christ loves the church. It wasn't easy. I often fell short. And when I did, I got back up, and I tried again and again and again, until the man I used to be was being changed into the likeness of Christ. One day I came across some intimate photos of my wife, and I learned that she was using dating websites to meet and form relationships with other men. I felt crushed by her betrayal, but I gradually began to realize that God was leading me to forgive her. I tried to pursue her and create opportunities for love to grow. There were moments where I thought that my wife's heart would soften towards the Lord, but in the end, she chose to pursue other relationships, and in December of 2013, we were divorced. About a year after the divorce, I began to wrestle with a desire to be in a loving relationship. I made attempts to date other women, but with each attempt, I realized that this was a door God was not opening for me. I felt God leading me to be content with my singleness. And to be honest, this was difficult for me. I decided to commit my time to serving at church, hoping that doing so would keep my mind off of dating. Over the years, I volunteered in the homeless ministry, kids ministry. I led a small group of men, and I even started to pastor the young adults at my church. I can honestly say that God was satisfying me. One day I was challenged to go on a missions trip. I had a friend who loves the country of Japan and invited me to go on a conference where I learned that Japan was one of the largest unreached peoples group in the world, with less than a 1% Christian population. One thing led to another, and I was given a 6-month opportunity by Send International to understand what life as a missionary would be like in Japan. When I arrived, I was welcomed into their community. They gave me opportunities to serve both Japanese high school and college students. I helped churches teach English to elementary kids, and I also led English outreach programs. Send believed in engaging the communities around us, so we volunteered at the local daycare centers, interacted with children on their way to school, and attended community activities. God gave me a love for the Japanese people. I have always believed that the most effective ministry we can have in someone's life is first based on a genuine relationship. So I hosted game nights and planned group dinners. And with each event, our community of friends started to grow. As the friendships grew, I was able to listen to their stories and share about my own past and how God had saved and changed me. I saw so many opportunities to plant seeds and for the need Japan had for missionaries. That's when God started to move in my heart, and I felt that maybe everything that has happened in my life before this missions trip was preparation for what God was calling me to be. He wasn't going to waste what He had brought me through. When I came back to the States in April of 2020, I retired from my engineering career and joined Send International as a missionary to Japan. I want to be a part of a team that is planting a church in the city of Sendai. And my goal is to be fully supported and sent back out by fall of 2021. I can't say I know what the future holds. Fear wants to tell me that this was a mistake, but my faith has already affirmed that this is God's calling for me, and I can't help but follow it and hope to hear someday, "Well done, good and faithful servant."
Thank you for joining today's online devotion. If this is your first time joining us, we welcome you in the name of the Lord and believe you were blessed by today's devotion. We invite you to join us every morning at 6 a.m. West Africa time to begin your day with God here on our channel. Kindly like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so you can be alerted every morning when the devotional premieres. We promise to make it a memorable time with God.